What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do some more DB replays. We got some more mirror matches against Hero 555109. These are going to be like direct mirror matches. For the first one, I sent him my list after I watched one of his games on DB, and I sent him the Verniself list. So game 1, he played the exact list pretty much, and then the game 2 that we're going to look at, he tweaked it a little bit, hit a few cards, and we'll see how that went. Alright, let's get into it. So, game 1, I lose the RPS. Decides to go first. Opening hands, I got Ash, Nib, Dungeon, Tactics, and Misting Seedling. He opened Imperm, Dungeon, Veiler, Imperm, and Fairy. Decides to go first. We chat a lot, so I'm going to have to zoom through this. So he starts with Dungeon, uses Dungeon effect. I'm not going to Ash that. You usually save Ash for the Maker, if you can. Or maybe a Slime effect, if you have to. So he's going to search Dragon effect, grab the Maker. Activate Maker, and I'm going to Ash that. Special summoning the Fairy. He's going to overlay for the Throne. Throne effect, going to grab the Master. Then he's going to use Master effect to grab out the Archfiend. He's going to summon Archfiend to my side of the field. Summon number 5. Set the 2 Imperms, attempt to pass, and I'm going to drop the Nib on him. I asked if he has a triple attack that he wants to use on me now, and he says he can pretend and then just clicks on my hand. Funny enough, gets the triple attack in my own hand. So I draw Ash for turn. So my hand's in a very similar position that his was, that if I get Ashed on the Dungeon, my hand doesn't play. So we're going to start with the Dungeon effect, grab the Dragon. And I use the Misting Seedling effect, discarding itself plus Dragon, so I don't need to flip over the Archfiend yet. And give him more chances to add a trap card, a hand trap, sorry, to his hand. So special out the Dragon, use the Dragon effect, get hit with the Imperm. Use the Fairy effect to special summon. Overlay for the Giant effect, get hit with a Veiler. Then I use the triple attack to draw 2. Draw into a Thrust and a Master, so very good draws. Activate Thrust, grab the Maker, and then he's gonna just scoop it up there. And he's just saying he needs to tweak the deck list a little bit more, which is good. Rather he build off of it, get it a little bit better. So opening hands, he chooses to go first. I have Dark Ruler, Talents, Thrust, Room, and Dragon. He has Veiler, Fairy, Misting Seedling, Cerberus, plus the Terraforming. So really good hand, a lot of gas. So he's going to start with Terraforming, grab the Field Spell. I don't have anything to interact with him, so I'm just going to have to let him go. He's going to use the Duck effect, getting rid of the Dragon. Might be a little bit greedy for an Ash, but it is his first time playing with the deck, so with this version of the deck. So I know he does say he wants to try out a lot of the lines. So he's going to use the Dragon effect, grab the Maker effect. Search for Slime and Archfiend, gives me the Archfiend. He's going to special out the Slime, overlay for the Throne effect, grab out the Master, and then Master effect, I believe. Nope, he grabs Dragon. And I'm going to use Bear Effect to get rid of itself and the Cerberus. To get a draw one, draws into another dragon. And then he's going to special back out the Cerberus. And he's going to special out Fairy. Overlay for the Giant. Giant effect for the room. Set it and pass. You don't want to summon Dragon to your opponent's field in a mirror match because it says it does not destroy face downs and Mimighoul monsters. So in a mirror match, Dragon's flip effect really doesn't do anything. I draw for turn, get another Dark Ruler no more. So I'm going to flip over the Archfiend, use the effect, get rid of a Dark Ruler no more, let him draw into another Archfiend. And then he's going to, on resolution, use the Room to special summon another Archfiend to my field. To keep me locked out of the normal summon. I can't play. And Dragon flip effect once again doesn't do anything on his side. So I'm just going to think about it and just set the Room and a Thrust and pass. He's going to draw a Thrust himself. Normal summon the Dragon, grab another Maker. He's going to link off for a Phoenix. Phoenix effect is going to go for the back row, hit a Thrust. So I'm feeling pretty good there. Then he goes into a Unicorn effect to spin back the other back row. So now I have to use the Room or lose it. I wanted to save it for if he summons something else, like a Slime at some point. I could flip the Slime and then summon my own Master and flip it back up. So now it's just not going to do anything. These both were not summoned this turn, so he's going to be able to flip them up. So I summon out my Master still, because he has a set. And if I get a Mimighoul out, like through this, getting flipped up randomly in the battle phase, it won't be able to get destroyed. So I'm going to use it, grab the armor. I grab armor here because the only way I could see myself being able to play, because I'm assuming he's going to be able to get to Room again, is I'm going to need to special summon that armor and then draw into a Fairy and then be able to special summon that. So we're going to go, he's going to flip back up the Master. He's going to use the Thrust, since I used the Master effect, grabbing the Talons effect to look at my hand. Puts back the Dragon. Then he's going to Maker. He reveals Slime and the armor here. This time he does get the Slime on my side. So he's going to use the Arching effect to flip over the Slime, and then special summon a Fairy. He's already used all the normal summons, so not much he can really do here. He does make a misplay that I somewhat catch, but then don't catch after that. So you need to use four or more monsters for the Underworld Goddess. So I tell him that. He sends the Master to try and fix it, and then I just stop paying attention because I have nothing I can do. But this actually does not work because the Unicorn is a Link 3. So 3 plus 1 is 4, plus another is 5. That's only 3, and then plus another would be 6, so he'd be overpaying for this. So he actually had no way of summoning out the Underworld Goddess without using 5 monsters. But it's not going to matter. Either way, I would be losing this game if he went into something else. I use the Giant to grab the Room, and then he just passes. Wants to keep the Archfiend over here. So I just draw an Archfiend. I got no real way to play yet, so I'm just going to put the Archfiend on his side and hopefully not be killed. And in a perfect world, he's going to flip the Room when I try to leave main phase and summon something out and trigger my talents. But he doesn't do it. So I just pass back, uses the field spell, grabs back the Master, flips over the Archfiend, so that he's going to be able to normal summon and attack. I draw into an Archfiend, he discards the Ash, So I have no interruptions again. He's gonna add the fairy, use the effect of the giant to pop. I'm gonna lose it anyways, and my win condition at this point is probably just gonna be him not getting lethal damage on board. So I just use the room to add back. This actually is lethal already though. 63 plus 18, it's 81. Yep. So I just get beat here. So it's gonna meet defeat. I get kicked out there, that's why I went out. So game 3, I'm gonna choose to go first. Opening hand, we have Valor, Dragon, Dungeon, Imperm, and the Flourishing Hills. He has Room, Bear, Archfiend, Slime, and Thrust, so good hands on both sides, other than him not having a hand trap. So I'm going to be able to play for free here. So I'm going to start with the normal summon Dragon. This is probably the most I want to say it's the most stoppable normal summon of the Mimighouls. And if I had started with Flourishing Hills, dumping the dragon, then if I got ashed, it was going to hurt a lot more. So I'm just going to go for Maker. Maker effect. I use the Slime plus the Cerberus as my picks here, because my plan is to dungeon, grab Archfiend, and then Flourishing Hills, summon back out the Archfiend. So I'd rather get the guaranteed hit. So we're going to special out the Cerberus, go into the Throne, bring out Master, and then Master effect to grab the Archfiend. I'm kind of doing this because I want to play with what's known already, and I can already play without the field spell add, so I'm just going to keep going with it. I'm going to use the effect, dump that, grab out the Misting Seedling, bring back out the Archfiend, and then Archfiend effect, flip over the Slime. Then Slime effect, we already used all of our summon effects, so we're just going to bring out a Fairy here. And now we're going to go Giant, search for the room, and then these two are going to make an IP. Yep. IP, we're going to activate the field spell, add the Slime. Could have been Archfiend as well, but Slime's better follow-up. And we have room anyway, so we're going to be able to get both. So we're going to set the room and the Imperm. He's going to drop return. He gets the dungeon. So now his hand's really good. He's going to start with flip over Slime. I summon out Dragon effect, search the Maker. Then he's going to activate Thrust. And he grabs a Lightning Storm. Yep. Then he's going to Lightning Storm the back row, so now I have to chain the room. I summon out Fairy. Not sure why I really did that. In my head, I was thinking that I would be able to just negate like a Slime or whatever else he grabs off of the Maker. But it's not really too good of a play. Because for one thing, if he summons them to my side of the field, the restriction won't apply. Like if he summons Slime on my side of the field and then goes to flip it, it'll still activate because I'm the one activating it. So it probably was just better to put an Archfiend and get a draw one, and hopefully get into more hand traps. He's going to Slime, special onto my side. He's going to use the Bear effect, sending the Archfiend to get a draw one. Draws into Fairy there, and then summon back out the Archfiend effect to flip over. And then I do something weird, and I use the Throne effect to, use Throne effect, I'm going to bounce his own Slime back. so that the flip effect doesn't go off. And then he's gonna go normal summon that out. And then he's going to use the effect of the giant to grab nothing, because we're going to Veiler that. Very good. Very good choice, because if he gets to Maker, then I'm kind of in a bad spot. So I'm already used up all my interruptions, really. The only thing I really have is a Maker to flip over this, which isn't really doing anything, and the IP and SP. So you can special out the Fairy. And then on summon, I'm going to IP into SP. I'm going to SP away the giant Mimighoul. He's going to reveal the field spell. Field spell grab the dragon, but he had to normal summon the slime already. And he couldn't lead with this, because then I would have just SP'd that away. So then he's going to set the room and pass it back to me. Then I grab and I draw into my own dungeon. I can't speak today. So really good draw. Start out with the Maker. Maker revealing the Slime and the Archfiend. This time, oh no, I revealed Archfiend and the Armor. I think I already went through all my slimes. Yeah, both my slimes are engraved at this point. So all my good hits other than Archfiend aren't really in the deck anymore. I'm going to special out the Armor and then overlay these for the giant effect to search. And he has 2 set cards here, so if he has anything to negate or a room, he's going to have to get rid of this. Otherwise, he's going to lose his whole board. So I just grab the room because I already have dungeon. And then in resolution, he's going to have to room to book that face down. So he's going to summon out an Archfiend to my side. Yeah, there's nothing good on my side to flip. I was thinking maybe Master would have been better, but I think what I would have done was summoned out a Dragon or a Master here to get more follow-up for my own turn, rather than putting the Archfiend on the field, because I already cannot flip up this giant. And he doesn't have a Maker engraved to force me to flip this, so I'm just going to not flip it. So I'm going to activate Dungeon grab the Dragon, normal summon, nope, use the deck effect to add out the Fairy, I think. Might be one of the bonus elves. Nope, I add out Bear, special back out the Archfiend effect. I'm going to flip over his Archfiend, discarding his last card in hand and drawing into another Archfiend of my own. I'm just gonna think, because I can tell you about my extra deck. It's only 2 giants and 1 throne, and they're both already out of the deck. So my only other level 1 XYZs are the number 13 and Lureless Nightingale, and I can't attack directly. No, I can attack directly, but I was just thinking about it. There's no real reason for me to put up a Zeus. The SP and room should be enough, so no reason to really overextend here. So I'm just going to attack with the SP, clear that, leave the face down Fairy as a little bit of a floodgate, but he just admits defeat there, I think. Nope, he just got kicked out. Yep, so he's going to drop a turn. He's going to grab the Archfiend off the draw. And then he's going to use the effect of Dungeon. He grabs another normal summon, which I didn't exactly agree with. But we can see how this goes. I'm just using the fun feature of a custom match that you can get your attack points customized on field. So he's going to start out with the dragon that he searched. And I'm just telling him, if you add a fork, I'm going to scream. But the reason why I was thinking that this is not the best play was because there's nothing this dragon can grab other than a room, because he can't grab Maker because my whole field is it's clogged at this point. So this dragon really isn't doing anything. But he grabs his maker anyways. Yeah, I'm just telling him that I think the ad was Arching, but he already had Arching. But yeah, because then it would have flipped up the Arching, got him to draw, and then you still have the search off of this. Because right now, I'd have to use up all my interruptions on the Arching and the extra body. Otherwise, you'd be able to get to a rank 1 play. So that's why I was thinking that was the better option. Yeah, he just ends up having to mid-defeat there. Nothing he really could do. His only real play would have been Anima take, and then freed up the zone. And even if I SP'd effect in response, it would still go away. The Arching would still attempt to attach and just go to grave, which would give him an open slot there. So he probably would have been okay. But he just submits defeat. So we're gonna go to the next game. So we got round 2, same guy. This time I win the die roll, or the RPS. We see that he cut the deck down to 40. Opening hands, I got Nib, Fairy, Slime, Imperm, Talents. He has Master, Imperm, Ash, the Duck, and Talents. So his hand is way better than mine. So we're gonna go to main phase. I just said hand of all time. Yeah, because the only real play here is normal summon Slime and then flip special summon the Fairy. And then just hope that the Giant resolves. Use it. Hopefully get invaded for an Ash or a Veiler. But he has Imperm, so these Talents isn't going to be able to help me. So I just have to set the Imperm and hope that the Nib and Imperm is enough. So he's going to drop a turn, he gets Fairy, so his hand's actually extremely good. So he decides to start with a Misting Seedling effect, pitching the Master, which is pretty decent. The only thing that punishes this is an Ash, but he has Talents, which might be able to fix his hand. It is a little risky still. Use the effect to add a Fairy, which will guarantee him a rank 1 play. So he's going to summon Master, use the Master effect. I choose to Imperm this because the only knowns that I have for him in hand are a Fairy, and he discarded Master. So I'm just going to have to hope that his hand isn't good enough to make a rank 1 at this point. But yep, he has double Fairy. Summons one out and specials the other. Goes into Giant effect to grab the Maker. Then he's going to go Maker effect, summon out the Dragon to my side and the Arching to his side. He's going to go Archfiend as the special summon, flipping the Dragon. Dragon effect will activate. I can't pop the Mimighoul. Go to his side. And here I am forced to Nib because he can just go Throne here. And honestly, it doesn't really do much of anything. The only thing I can do is give him the follow-up back with the Master in hand. But it's not too big of a deal. So he's going to go Talents effect. And I click the Nib at like the exact same time. But he's going to lose the whole board. And then he says hand still, wants to get rid of the last card in my hand. Which honestly I think the draw 2 was the way. Because now he has 0 follow-up. I'm just telling him to put it in the Anima Zone. Because I'm going to need to get rid of it somehow. And we're just trying to calculate the attack and defense of it. So I drop return, Veiler. Not a very good draw. This token is extremely big though. So I do have to use the Veiler aggressively on a normal summon. So I normal summon that out. I go for the Anima to take the token off the board. I'm going to attack directly for 3000 with the Nib token. I'm going to link these off for an SP so I have interruption on his turn. I use the SP effect. He thinks I'm going to go for the Master, but I want to get rid of the Dragon here. The reason I did that was because I was thinking if he gets any Verniself name, the Dragon's a more the Dragon lets him play through the SP banish better. Because if you think about it, he can say that the other card is just a blank like this Ash. In that case, he can go Verniself, discard that, bring out Dragon search the Maker. And then I'm gonna be forced to... I guess I can wait still. Then he can Maker effect, summon out 2. If I SP there, it's really a gamble. Whereas if he summons out Master, and then Master searches for a Dragon there, he's gonna burn his normal summon, and he's forced... I guess it's the same situation either way, now that I'm actually thinking about it. I don't know. He has a way to play either way. So maybe the Master was better just because it's a one-of. But who knows. He draws the room here. Accidentally draws again. I draw a Veiler, not a good draw. So I'm just gonna go poke with the SP here. Pass it back to him. He draws into Drool. Passes it back to me. I draw into Archfiend. I just attack with the SP again. He draws into Slime. He's gonna Slime effect. Summon it out to his side. Normal summon the Drool. And then he goes for a Giant here. I chain the Veiler. What he really could have done here was chain the room to that, which would have booked it, and then it won't be negated by the Veiler, and then I would have just lost right there. But I draw for turn, I get a Archfiend, so now I can play. So I slime to his side of the field, then I use the Archfiend normal summon to flip that up. And he's gonna Ash his own slime there, which is unfortunate. I actually could have just played around that if I had just chained the SP to the slime effect, targeting the giant Mimighoul in itself. I wasn't really thinking too hard about that. Yeah, I said put it in attack, because I'm going to try to beat over it. And he's going to room here, and this is where I definitely should have SP to put the giant into the banish and lose the material so he can't pop anything with it later. But I just said it's okay. Thinking that he's going to go for a dragon to get a search for follow-up. But now what he does, he just summons the slime to my side and then books my Archfiend. So now I'm feeling pretty silly there. Gonna attack over the slime. He sends it before I attack, so it makes it look like I attacked the giant. But yeah, attacking to that. Then I have to pass. This is kind of a weird situation, because if he doesn't draw playable, then this play was really bad. Because he has no way of flipping these, and all he has is a pop with the giant, which is going to get met with the SP Little Knight. But he draws an Archfiend, so I'm kind of cooked here. So I force out the SP. Then SP flip over the slime effect, and he just has everything at this point. I'm still at 8k, so I make him play it out. He's going to summon out the throne effect, bring back out the master effect to add the dragon. Link those off for an IP. And then he just chooses to pass. So end phase, SP comes back, so does the giant Mimighoul. I draw a Maker here. Honestly, a good draw. I make a bad play here, and I just say end of main 1 because I was thinking I could force this. But I can actually just walk you through the whole play. So I was originally thinking that I had a room in my graveyard yet. So what my play was going to be was force the end of main, which would force the IP. And the idea was that he's going to activate this, link off or something, like his own IP, his own SP. SP effect to banish my little guy. No. Wait, scratch all that. So what the plan was I'm gonna go battle phase. This is gonna force either the throne or the Masquerena. And either way, whichever one of these two activates, then I'm gonna chain the SP target itself and whatever the other one is, which is then gonna force both of them. And then it's gonna also force the master if he uses the IP first to flip this up, and then when this flips up on a new chain, it's going to go chain link 1 Archfiend to have him draw 1 and I discard, and then I was going to use the room that is not in my graveyard, but I thought it was, use the room to bounce back the Archfiend so I could discard the Archfiend and still have a Maker, and then Maker reveal an Archfiend and a Dragon, and then kill him from there with the giant effect to grab the field spell, and then field spell add any monster, put it on his side, and burn him for the last 1000. So that was the plan. The plan didn't work out because I don't have a room in the grave. So he's going to activate the IP, and I chain the SP, and then everything gets forced here, which is what I wanted. Then he's going to summon out the SP. Then it's going to be Chainlink 1, the Archfiend, Chainlink 2, SP, targeting the Slime Engrave. And then I said add a Chainlink, and then I looked at my grave and I realized I don't have it. So I just misplayed really hard there. In theory, that would have won me the game. Yep, I'm just telling. I thought I had a room in grave. So we're going to go to game 2. I'm going to choose to go first. So I get the dungeon, dragon, room, archfiend, and talents. So my hand's all gas. And he has ash, armor, maker, dungeon, and fairy. Also very gas. So I'm going to grab the fairy. Normal summon the dragon effect to grab the maker. Maker effect gets hit with the ash blossom. Then I'm going to talents to look at the hand. And I saw the hand and I realized that I can't lock him out with the field spell plus a card in hand and the room, because he'll just use the armor effect to special out and then special out the fairy. And it really did not matter what I got rid of here. The best play was to put the maker back so that he didn't have two options of play. But maybe I should have put back the armor or the fairy, one of the two, and maybe he didn't see the line. But yeah, I just was like so flabbergasted on how well this hand was going to play through. So I used the slime effect to summon out, not slime, the fairy effect to summon out. Go for throne effect, add, or special the master rather. Master effect here, and then I just grab the slime. He's telling me that he probably would have went for Archfiend, but I already had Archfiend. So I put them both over to his side. Set the room, and pass back. He gets really good draw here. He draws into a maker. He does check, he did shuffle. So he's going to start out with the maker. I think I would have just started out with the armor fairy. I'd rather play with what's known first, and then the unknown, let the unknown be what's forcing them to play differently. Now I know everything in his hand, so it's kind of not the best play to start out with the unknown when you already have an option to play with the known. So he's going to reveal Cerberus and the Archfiend here. Not sure why you would want to do the Archfiend, the Cerberus, rather than Slime. I don't know, it's a little more gambly. So he hits the Hills, Maker, and Ash for me. And I'm going to special out the Hills to his side of the field. I was being a little cringy. I did look at my extra deck to see what extra deck monsters I had, because at one point I did have a Bagooska in there as the what if situation. So he's going to flip over all my stuff. I get to draw one, I draw into an Ash Blossom, and he decides to discard the Fairy. And then I'm going to special out the Dragon effect, because I know his whole hand for the Maker, so I know he doesn't have a talent to punish me from using effects. And then he's going to go for an Anima effect to take. Here I make a weird decision to not use the Throne to bounce, because honestly it would have been pretty good here, because I could have bounced the Anima plus the Flourishing Hills back to my hand, which would have been great follow-up, and then just booked his last play here, because I know he has armor in hand, so he would have been left with just a level 1 here. So he only has a special summon of armor. Yeah. So he could special summon armor, I book it, and then I Ash the field spell. But I don't do that, I just let him go, and he went for the SP, which forced out my last plays. Yep, and he gets to force all this out for free. I specials out. Again, I really should have just used the room. I'm not sure why I'm not doing it. I'm just playing really bad right here. So he summons out the Giant. I have to Veiler that. Not Veiler, Ash that. And then he puts the field spell down to grab the Archfiend. And then he's going to attack over my Slime. And now I decide to use room. And I don't have a good summon off this, because I already used the Dragon, and my Master is now banished for no reason, because I decided to misplay. But he still admits defeat there. So we're going to go off into the game 3. Game 3. Ooh, whoa, chill. Actually hit the fast forward there. But what his opening hand is Bear, the Archfiend, Room, Thrust, and Summoning Curse, and then just draws into a talents off of the Bear effect. So he was trying to draw playable, hopefully. And my opening hand is Dungeon, Terraforming, Duck, Veiler, and Dragon, so a pretty good hand on my side. Not so good having the duplicate, but other than that, pretty good. Alright, so he's going to set his whole hand and then activate the Summoning Curse, which is so annoying for me. So I'm going to drop a turn, I'm going to get the Flowering Hills. He's going to lose 500 for the Summoning Curse. So in my head, I'm assuming that one of these is a room at minimum, and I'm thinking that these other two are just imperms. It's either going to be 2 imperms and a room, or 2 rooms and an imperm. But I'm assuming all of these are live, which I really shouldn't be, because obviously he's going to put the curse down so he doesn't have to banish everything. So I'm going to use the Hill effect to discard Dragon. I'm going to add the Bear, and then special out Dragon, then Chainlink 1, the Summoning Curse will activate, and then Chainlink 2, the Dragon will activate. So Dragon, I'm going to grab Maker, and then I'm going to banish the Terraforming since I already have Field Spell. Then I'm going to Maker effect to special summon, and he says Imperm Column. I kind of wanted him to start imperming stuff. That wouldn't matter at this point. So I was trying to play into the columns a little bit, because you do want to stop this as much as possible. But I have ways to play with a scan imperm, so I'm not too worried about it. So I'd rather try to bait these out so that my XYZs can stick. because my game plan actually was I want to burn a couple of these to where I feel safe just going for an XYZ and then Zeusing the board. But obviously I don't get there. So I'm going to add the Maker special out. Not add the Maker. Maker, reveal Slime, Archfiend, summon the Slime to his side and the Archfiend to mine. And then Chainlink 1 is going to be the Summoning Curse, Chainlink 2 is the Archfiend. And I'm going to banish the Veiler. Get the Slime onto my side now. I couldn't decide if I wanted the effects. Eventually I just take it. So I'm going to grab Master. Once again, Chainlink 1 Curse, Chainlink 2 Master to search. I'm going to grab a Fairy here. And then I elect to just discard the Duck at this point. I am realizing that I don't have enough searches to outweigh the Summoning Curse at this point. So I don't really have too much of a play. So I'm going to special out the Fairy, banishing my last card in hand. Going to overlay for Throne. Use the Throne effect aggressively. Targeting the Master. And that forces the room. Otherwise I'm going to be able to just bounce this. And then I can use the Giant to add the last stuff I need. So he's going to summon out the Dragon to his side and then Book of Moon my Throne here. Stopping the effect from resolving. And then he's going to get Dragon effect. And then I'm telling him in the chat that the Curse is a mandatory effect, so it's always going to be Chainlink 1. So it'd be Chainlink 1 that, Chainlink 2 Dragon, and whatever Dragon adds, he's going to have to banish with the Curse. So he changes his play, and he just elects to summon an Archfiend to my side of the field instead. So here I'm just overlaying, and I just go for Nightingale, because at this point I'm just going to try to force it. Go to battle, attack directly, and go for Downward Zeus. And I can't activate it this turn because I did use the Vernisylph cards, but it's just good to have. He draws into Dungeon. So now he's going to link that off for the Anima, which is going to force me to play here. Which is kind of sad, because if he wasn't able to force me to play, like if I had just put this Master right here, when I was building my board, his only play would have been to activate Dungeon, and then I would just use the board without a doubt. But yeah, I am forced to play here. I do tell him that he has to Summoning Curse last card in hand. So a little bit of a misplay on his end, but not too bad. Then I'm going to use the Master effect on the summon of this, because it can flip over your own cards. So I'm going to flip over the Throne here. And now I'm going to use the Throne effect. And I just decided to put back the Anima and one of the back row, because I'm thinking they're trap cards. Which turns on his entire hand. So now he's going to use the Thrust, grabbing the Terraforming. Uses the Talents here, to take, which absolutely cooks my board. So now he's going to have a Zeus. I make the really dumb decision to not just use both the Zeus wipes right away. Because originally I was like, oh, he's going to have to keep the Curse still and play with that. But he just takes it and uses the Zeus effect right away. He's going to use the Field Spell grab Dragon. Dragon effect to grab the Maker, and it's just over from here. There's nothing I can do. I should have just played it better. So just going to grab Archfiend. Archfiend effect to flip that. Hits the... Alright, so he hits the Imperm, the Duck, and the Ash. So he's going to get one of these. I'm going to give him not the level 1. So I just give him the Vernisylph, because I want that back in grave. He can't put up lethal here, so we're still safe from that. He's gonna summon off the throne into master, master into fairy. Then summon off the fairy with the Cerberus here for the giant. He's gonna keep playing. Grabs the room with the giant. And he's gonna link these two off for the IP. A little bit weird. Again, I think I'd rather just keep the throne up, because a non-target bounce one is really, really good. And he could also put back his own stuff to keep it when he Zeus wipes if he has to. I'm just gonna attack. I think this puts me down to, yeah, about 11. And then he was asking if he can Zeus over a Zeus. It's like, yeah. So I draw the duck, which doesn't do anything for me. Can't normal summon because he's going to summon a Mimighoul face down to my side. And I'm facing a IP into ST and a Zeus wipe, and if I destroy anything, then he's going to be able to have another Zeus wipe. Yeah, it was just a really, really bad decision on my part to not Zeus wipe the second that his last unknown in hand got banished by the summoning curse. Because I would have been completely safe, and I would have just been able to top deck my way out of it, probably. But yeah. I'm gonna put this on pause. I don't want to go too far, because he does, yeah, we do start talking a little bit more about more personal stuff. But yeah. So, both of us got a game off each other, so that's a match off each other, so that's really good. I got the first one, and then he got the second one. I think I could have won it if I just played it better. I definitely could have won this last game with that Zeus play, but I just played like an idiot there. But yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, once again, both of us are in the Mimighoul Facebook channel. I'll pull it up again. The Mimighoul Duelist. You don't need to be looking at my chat there. Send us a request to join. We'll get you in. But yeah, it's a good place to talk the deck and see some deck lists. If I go to let me refresh it so that's not on my post there. Or maybe it'll stay on my post forever. I don't know what I'm doing. Featured, I guess? No. There we go. Yeah, you can see we have a bunch of like deck profile videos up here, and people are requesting stuff. This is from before the new Mimighoul stuff, so there was a few people doing like Mimighoul fan arts. You can see some deck lists. We got this one from Chicago 23 hours ago. Yeah, so it's a really good place to compare decks and see what's going on. This guy's actually a riot. I love him. His videos are pretty good too. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching again. Peace out.